Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot. We're placing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You guys, Isha will be here after the first break. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also, follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsor. They're a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next to the United Center. You guys, it's beautiful winter here in Chicago. The fireplace is cracking. The jacuzzi, listen, private balcony, beautiful view of Chicago downtown. Definitely, you want to check them out. We'll have their link in our comments to Level Up LLC. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Now, let me tell you guys, Delaware Inc. He has his fall line out. He has the long sleeve shirts as well as the hoodies. And guess what, you all? He graduates next week with his bachelor's in communication from NIU. So definitely go to his page, support Delaware Inc. Send him your well wishes because, again, he has made amazing strides and has accomplished not only having his business, but he's also obtaining his bachelor's degree next week. So we are so proud of him. So definitely place your order with him for your sweatshirt or your long sleeve shirt. That's Delaware Inc. And we will have the link posted also in the comments, and use reference code J. And that's JAYE. Guys, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you all eat all of the things that you wanted to eat? Did you all get a chance to be with family and friends? Did you all gain weight? Do you feel like you overate for the holiday? Or, you know what? Now we've just been doing Thanksgiving. Have you kind of gotten tired and said, you know what? Listen, this the holidays. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just another day. To me, it's just another day. Because some people definitely do take that type of attitude with the holidays, but you should always be thankful. Don't get me wrong. You should always be thankful. But I love Thanksgiving. I love this time of season because for me, there's a really important emphasis on being thankful. It's a really important emphasis on being grateful. It's a really important emphasis on being giving to people and being better and being kind. So I definitely like it for that time of year. So if you are thinking about and about to start stressing about all of the things that you want to get somebody, all the expensive toys and things of that nature, all these expensive gadgets. Listen, you all, we are living in some real tough times right now. So I would not advise going out and overspending because, believe it or not, and I mean, I know it seems like it's going away, but guys, we're still in the middle of battling this with this COVID. So you guys, we gotta constantly be mindful of that. So let's not go out and just overdo it and go crazy. I mean, I know people get a thrill off of shopping and things of that nature, but don't bite off more than you can chew. Like if you set aside a couple of dollars to go ahead and buy things and buy gifts and things of that nature for your loved ones, definitely do that, but don't overdo it. And also, don't spend. Listen, some people I'm just gonna be honest. Some people cannot rest easy if they have money in their pocket. Like some people have to spend every last dime they get. I'm trying to understand how many flat screen TVs do we need? It's just like every year, every Thanksgiving, around Black Friday, every Christmas. How many flat screen TVs are we gonna buy? I mean, like, are you guys' light bills have to be astronomical. How many doggone game systems do you need? It's like last year, everybody fighting over TVs and game systems, and now this year you're fighting over game systems and TVs. And listen, fight over some stocks in these companies. That's what you need to be looking at. Looking at some stocks and some bonds. You listen, you fighting and focusing on the wrong thing. You fighting over stuff and rushing out there to buy stuff that is really not going to benefit you in any type of way because you don't have any type of ownership in these companies. So you go out there and we give away all of our money and all of our money for all these big TVs. And at the end of the day, what do you get out of it besides a hefty light bill? Or now you have to upgrade your internet package and all this other stuff. So what do you get out of going and buying all these flat screens TVs? You got flat screen TVs in every room. You go in the bathroom, shut the door, like, what? Do they got it? What you need a flat screen TV over the shower, but over the towel rack? What? How much time do you plan on spending in here? Like, I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm not saying we don't want to have nice things because it's okay to have nice things, but let's have nice things and have our priorities in order. Because again, listen, there's a shift coming. There's some bull junkie coming. Okay, listen, it's some bull. Listen, all of this is a part of the plan. So if you're not paying attention and looking at and listening to the things that are not being said, when the funk hit the fan, you're gonna be sorry because you out here buying all the little latest gadgets, but you're not saving for a rainy day. Grandma already said, listen, save some, spend some. Some of us, we spending everything on little frivolous things. There's gonna come a time. Listen, you already see some of these states, they're experiencing these food droughts. They're experiencing all these droughts and things of this nature from the different things. That's the storm. That's the calm before the storm. So there's a storm coming. Okay. So please be mindful. Please pay attention because there's a storm coming. Don't know when, but listen, the way the things in the atmosphere, as the old folks used to say, the way the waters are troubled, the waters are troubled. Okay, so we got to pay attention to what's going on. We got to pay attention to the things that are not being said, and you got to get ready. This ain't the time to be sitting up here going against each other. Listen, you're going to have to get with your family and you're going to have to pull your resources together because, again, this stuff is going to be so strong. You can't handle this on your own. If you're not ready, listen, it's gonna be a price to pay. Hey Cortez, how you doing? Hey Gretchen, how you doing? Hey Nicole, hey I said to Callahan, how you guys doing? There's a storm coming. So we definitely gotta be mindful. So with that being said, we are right in the middle of the Christmas season, well, the beginning of the Christmas shopping season and things of that nature. So what are you guys doing? What do you guys think about this? Would you buy the toy kitchen set for your son for Christmas? So you out shopping for gifts and you're like, okay, man, I see this cooking set. I don't mind little Timbuktu having this little kitchen set. I don't mind him cooking and things of that nature. Would you buy your son a kitchen set for Christmas? Why or why not? Fellas, would you have a problem with the mom buying the son the kitchen set for Christmas? How would you feel if you walked up in your daughter's room and you saw your son standing there cooking, playing with the cooking set, opposed to playing with the trucks and things of that nature that you bought him? Would you have a problem with that? Would you chastise him? Would you talk to him? would you, think that that's gonna affect his sexuality? Because some people seem to believe that, playing with the toys, it'll, affect the child's sexuality. So what do you guys think? Would you buy your son a kitchen set for Christmas? If he wanted a kitchen set, would you buy your son a kitchen set? Gretchen, you're saying the storm is coming. I already know. Absolutely. So you definitely tell everybody, since we have to be helpers one to another, and we got to let our brothers and sisters know that a storm is coming. And here's the deal. We can't make them do nothing. We can't make them change. We can't make them change or do anything. But the thing is, as long as you tell people, whatever they do from that point, that's on them. But guys, what do you guys think? Would you buy your son a Christmas for Christmas? Would you buy him a kitchen set? Would you have a problem with him preferring an easy bake oven opposed to some wrestling figurines or things of that nature? Would you think that buying these items, the kitchen set and the easy bake oven and things of that nature, would you think that that would affect their sexuality? Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with seeing little boys play with kitchen sets and desiring to cook? So here's the thing. I don't believe that. First, I wouldn't buy my son a Christmas a kitchen set or a kitchen, or I wouldn't want him to play with an easy bake oven. So I would not chastise him either, because I don't think that him playing with that would determine his sexuality. But I do think that some of those toys are dainty. The way that the toys are made, they're made in a feminine way. So what I would do is, if I saw that my son or what the child was taking a liking to cooking, then listen, okay, we can do this. Let me take him in the real kitchen and let me show him how it's done. So I'm going to put you in the real kitchen. You won't have to be up in here playing with toys that, let's be honest now, we're living in a day and time where we don't want to call a spade a spade. But listen, those toys are made for girls. They are. Let's just be real. They're made for girls. The tea and the easy bake is made to have you sitting and sipping and looking and feeling pretty. That's what it's made for. However, I don't think that would affect a boy's sexuality. But again, I wouldn't want him playing with it. I'm going to take you in the kitchen and we're going to get down to the real deal. You like cooking? Oh, I ain't mad at that. Listen, I come from a family full of men that are chefs. So they're up in there, they're handling all, you listen, there's some cooks, okay? Some cooks, like, what you cooking? That type. So I don't have a problem with men cooking. But again, these toys, the kitchen sets and things of that nature, they are and have in the past been traditionally made and marketed for girls. So listen, I didn't make the rule up. Now, further down the line, 30, 40 years later, now they want to change the narrative, and the marketing people and all this other stuff. People want to change the narrative of the toy. I mean, it is what it is, to each his own. So again, I wouldn't buy him a toy. I wouldn't buy him a kitchen set or things of that nature. But I also would not think that would categorize him and say, that would affect his sexuality. He just found something that he was interested in. So let's move him from the toy and let's bring him in the kitchen and let's show him really how it's done. So he doesn't have to be playing with the toys that we consider cute and girly, but put him up in there. Listen, let him get them real pots and pans. Okay. Let him get that real dough roller and all this other stuff. Show him how to do all that. Don't kill the interest in it, but just redirect it. We all want to get so, see, they gonna be this, they gonna be that. No, just redirect that energy. We gotta stop being so quick to just beat. Listen, everything, that's a skill. So let's not look at it as a negative thing, but also don't get caught up into the agenda that is clearly going on today. Because, listen, let's be real. There's an agenda out there. So just pay attention to the agenda, but move accordingly. But again, don't knock the skill, don't knock the desire for them to do something different, because again, there's so many great men chefs. So again, I don't think that it starts with playing in the kitchen and playing with the little cute dainty toys. Again, if I see that, then we're gonna move you to the kitchen. Listen, get that cornmeal over there, this baking soda right here. Teach them the real thing, redirect that energy. So now you're gonna have them in the real kitchen, opposed to them trying to play with the dainty toys. So it's again, it's a way to do everything. But if you see them playing with the toys, again, I wouldn't say, negatively chastise them. Dude, you ain't, we ain't gotta do all that. Just redirect that skill, redirect the energy onto something positive, redirect it in the way that you want it to be. And again, parents, we got to understand, you have the mindset. A lot of us Black people, we don't know, and we don't really realize how powerful our mindset is. Like, you got to take a kid. Kids are like sponges. They are what you say they are. They're going to be whatever it is that you tell them that they're going to be. So whatever it is that they're sucking up, that's what they're going to become. But you have to mindset your kid. You have to mindset these people. And that's a word I know that we don't often use in our community, but mindset is powerful. Everything is mindsetting us. The radio is mindsetting us. The TVs, the house shows, all this, everything is mindsetting our people. When are we going to take control and start mindsetting our kids and start making them think? You want to train them to think the way you want them to think, the right way. Now, I know some people say, oh, I want my kid to be free and independent. They just a free spirit. They can do whatever they want to do. Listen, okay? You can't let nothing be free spirit and do what it want to do. What will happen to your car if you just got in the car and said, I'm going to let my car do whatever it want to do? It's going to crash. Same thing with people. If you don't give them some sense of direction, and if you don't guide them, they're going to crash. So be ye ever so mindful when you're saying, oh, I don't want to tell her how to be. She can be whatever she want to be. They don't know, especially if they're not being exposed to all that they should be exposed to. They don't know. So be mindful. Let's be more accepting and more hands-on with mindsetting these people. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more juicy hot topics to get into. You don't want to miss it, so please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming, hoping that you would come back home. Or call me on the telephone, cause I'm so alone. Walked around the house thinking of you. See, me and you, hand in hand, is how we used to be. The happy days, the times we shared. Without you, baby, it's so damn weird. Please forgive the things that I've done to you. I know I did a few, but baby, I'm human too. I'll take you to the beach where the wind blows, and let the waves in the sand run through your toes. Whatever you want, whatever you need, I'll plant the seed. But do you agree? I should deal with that you have another man, but I can't understand. You're still wearing my wedding band. I'll just chill and think about the whole thing in the morning. So I guess I'll keep it. Brainstorming, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorming, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Now it's daylight, the sun's bright, my mind is clear. I can smell the breakfast that you used to cook, my dear. Some cold water on my face so I can come to reality and realize it's me. My mind is not at ease since you've been gone. Please come back, cause I'm so alone. P.S. Yeah, you know, been looking for you for the longest, ever since you left. But now, I'm real independent, you know, just laid back chilling. But I wanna let you know you really thought about every night, every day. So, I came up with these words, and have voice to men say them to you in the background, you know what I'm saying? But I really want you back, so come back soon as possible, cause I love you. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt. So you wanna be loved by me? Hello, my name is MCB. Brainstorm, want to get your feelings hurt.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how's it going?
We're gonna work on that.
No, I've been working on it. Can't you tell I've gotten better?
Just leave it alone.
No,
Just leave it alone.
Oh God, I worked for like 3 days while we were off.
Try you a Jamaican accent.
Okay, you think
that'll work for you?
Okay, yeah, mine. I'll try mine. No, I will. You know, I'm gonna work on
British one. Try your British accent.
No, I don't want British.
I'm
gonna do Jamaican or Nigerian. I'm gonna have work with my neighbor and have her. She gonna whip me into place with that Nigerian accent. I'm gonna work with her. You know, fix me up. Shout out to Yasin Bundles. Hey girl, I know she watching. But guys, listen, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are a sponsor. They're a 2-bedroom luxurious condo located right next door. When I say right, I mean right next door to the United Center. So there are so many different things going on at the United Center. Just a great location, great spot to be in. Now it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. Yes, I like the way she said it. But got the little fireplace with the crackling logs and a fire, and then you get to go get in a little jacuzzi and so it's just all sorts of nice things. Use your imagination, please.
You're gonna have some of them toys you was talking about.
This is my imagination once again. Running away from me. That's how it was. Running ratch away from me. Okay, it was just my imagination. So, but you know what? For some people, it's gonna be their reality. But for me, it's just my imagination. So definitely check them out. We have their link posted in our comments. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Guys, we have his long sleeve shirts, also the hoodies, because next week, listen, we got some good weather this week. But next week, the funk will hit the fan. The Hulk is here, okay? The Hulk he peeping around the corner like,
look at him.
Yeah, I thought,
they putting them coats away.
They got your little jacket on this week, right?
Great. Lick on that face real quick. Like,
yeah. Wait till Monday. They like, yeah, I got that, So listen, go ahead on and pick up your hoodie now. Pick them up because you're gonna need them. His link is in the comments as well, Delaware Inc. And also, guys, send him well wishes on his page because guess what? He graduates next Sunday.
Yeah! Happy graduation day.
He graduates. So I am so proud of him. Definitely, please go to his page, send him well wishes, let him know that, man, you guys are proud of him and that you're rocking with him. You can place your order and use reference code Jaye, and that's Jaye for all three of the J Spot, the J Spot Radio, and J Spot on Twitter. So please follow us on all of those platforms. So listen, guys, want to thank you so much. Now, look, our next hot topic. First, how was your Thanksgiving, E?
It was cool.
Was it?
I had to go to work that night, but besides that, it was cool. I made a peri-peri turkey.
What is that?
Peri-peri is like spicy.
See, now you should have had saved me a piece. Like
I had turkey in my freezer still.
Oh,
I cut that turkey down that night, froze it, put it in pieces, and then took the macaroni and cheese, sectioned that all off, put it in pieces, and put them in mini Ziploc bags, and put them in the big Ziploc bags. So all they got to do is grab something out the Ziploc bag and warm that stuff up. I made a Nigerian a spinach stew. And it's like,
how did that turn out?
I love it. It's spicy. It's not even like a stew. It's just like spinach, really. It's just spinach cooked down and just really spicy. And dressing and like I said, macaroni and cheese. And I made 2 caramel chocolate cakes. Still got a cake in my freezer because I wasn't eating it. I cut half, gave it to a friend, gave another friend the other layer of the cake.
I'm needy.
I'm cake needy. So it was cool. We played Jenga. Everybody lost.
Jenga, your hand, feet, eye coordination, you got to be on point because the slightest thing can cause that Jenga to just go straight to the left. But we definitely had a great time. I spent Tuesday down with my son being honored down at school. So, for participating, all 4 years in the band and everything. And it was it was cold. I was just like, but I was proud of myself because I dressed for survival that night. I'm like, okay, bump this bull junkie. Ain't nobody trying to go out there and be real cold. But I still was I was so cold. I was frozen. I didn't even realize how cold I was because I was so excited. Like my adrenaline was like really pumping. So I'm just like, wow. But I'm taking pictures. I'm like, wait a minute, why my eyes look all bloodshot red like I've been smoking on something? I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? That's just how cold how cold I was. I was just like, did this cold air bust a blood vessel or something in my eye? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm just super, super proud of him. So definitely go to his page, Delaware Inc. Amir Dale, dark skin. What is that? Dark skin Poppy.
Yes,
Lord, dark skin Poppy on Instagram.
And that's bad. That's his mama, but I know his
right.
I love his look. I said that's my baby right there. That's my baby.
Guys, definitely, I'm super, super proud of him. But you know what, guys? Listen, let me ask you all this. So, do anybody know of anybody? Do you have a family member or a friend, somebody that suffers with sickle cell anemia? Let me tell you, I really have a bone to pick with our medical system, not only here in Illinois, but in several different states. Because here's the deal, and next year, I'm going to definitely make it my personal mission to do more with some organizations with sickle cell because people are not talking about it enough because it's only affecting Black people. But let me tell you, doctors and you medical people, something. Everybody that comes in there, you need to know what you're dealing with. You need to know that every person that comes in there that's dealing with a crisis, they're not coming in there for drugs. Take the time to listen to your patients, because it's so many Black people dying because these doctors don't know and they don't care on how to properly care for patients that have sickle cell and they have crisis. These people, it's a chronic pain disease that is mostly in Black people. So therefore, it's a few other people out here that have it, but it's a Black disease. So that's why nobody is in a rush to find a cure for it. We get that. But you know what? We're going to start putting these main hospitals on blast. So I urge you, if you are someone that suffers with sickle cell, or you know somebody that suffers with sickle cell, patients are getting to the point where they don't even want to go to the hospital when they're having a crisis, because they're treating them so bad. They're treating them like they're drug addicts. Everybody that comes in there, some of them need oxygen. Some of them are extremely dehydrated, but you see them and you come in there, and because you can't identify it or you don't know what's going on, you're treating them like a common drug addict because they're Black. Well, here's the thing. We're going to start putting you all on blast. So I understand if you have somebody and they don't want to go to the hospital, people are dying. They dying at home because they're not going to the hospital to get them the necessary treatment that they need. They got these groups and stuff. People are in there crying. They're in pain. And the doctors have them sitting out there waiting, looking, what kind of drug? I know somebody that the hospitals, they almost just overdosed them this weekend going to the hospital because they had a crisis. They was in another state. Doctors wasn't listening, didn't care, did not care. All these pink doctors, listen, bad bedside manner. I urge you, if you or anybody that's dealing with it and you have dealt with this, I urge you to start writing in, start complaining. Yeah. You gotta complain.
They have a board. All these hospitals and facilities and medical practices have boards that they have.
Yes, they do. Report these people, report these doctors. It's power in numbers. Yeah. You have to start saying something about it. But that really rubbed me the wrong way. So I know, listen, so it's my personal mission for 2022. We're gonna start tagging some folks. We're gonna start tagging some organizations. We're going to start blasting these people. You're going to start putting this stuff out here because there's too many people dying, too many Black people dying over this because they don't want to go to the hospital, because they don't want to be treated. They don't want to be treated bad. You're not even listening to them. You giving them all these. They gave the drugs that she was clearly allergic to. Her oxygen was low. She's been battling with this long enough, so she knows
what she can take and what she cannot take,
and she knows what she needs. So she was like, "I think my oxygen is just low." I didn't come on, and she's like, "The first thing so what you want for pain?" She was like, "Excuse me, well, what do you want for pain?" And so she was like, "I need oxygen." No. Like she did not even want to go. Her family made her go to the hospital, and they felt so bad after she went because of the horrible treatment that she received. She's like, everywhere I go, it's not only in Illinois. I've been to 3-4 different states, and these people, they treat you the same way. So again, I urge you, if you or anybody that you know suffers from sickle cell, please start putting these folks on blast. Listen, go to the hospital sites. If they're sending you surveys start responding to those surveys. Start putting these folks on blast. Listen, start taking pictures of these folks. Take pictures of the doctors and put them on blast on their websites. Go find out who is funding these people. Go find out what people are, they got private donors that donate to the hospital. Go start tagging these doctors and telling your story on the sites of the people that are donating. I promise you, you start making some noise. See, the thing is, they're not going to do it because they care about Black people, but they're going to do it to stop it because you're affecting their money. So when you start affecting how people money, you start playing in their pockets, then you will see a change. So they're not going to change. We're not asking you to change because you care. We're going to ask you to be professional and do your job. Do the job that you took the oath to do. So as long as I got my voice, listen, we put some people on blast in 2020, 2021. So 2022, we putting them on blast. I'm not afraid. So if you have a problem, you want to share it, you want the J Spot, and the J Spot is going to stand behind it. So if they don't want to talk to me, oh, well, I ain't funded about nobody anyway, so it don't even matter. So listen, talk to me. We can get your story out there, and together we are going to start blasting these people so that they can start treating Black patients better. That's what it is. So now I'm done. We're going to take a short musical break. Sure. And when we return, we have good, juicy, hot topics. Juicy. You know, I was deep over, listen, I done had me some ham over the weekend, and I done had some greens. I came back deep. I came back a little deep, you all.
I'm trying to get done deep. That's what I'm trying to get done deep.
You see what?
I'm trying to get done deep for the new year. I'm serious.
We're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics. So please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Take a lot to please me. I like my woman loyal and stays right by my side. Oh, yeah. She my Bonnie, I'm a Clyde, and always down to ride. Oh, yeah. Let's not get it twisted. She gotta be a freak too. A woman in the street, let her grow up in a bedroom. Ain't no limitation, yeah, we do what grown folks do. Know how to climb on top and then she ride it like a rodeo. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life, but when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not easy choosing love. Now I can't stand the jealous side, cause I don't do the drama. Oh no, I'm a chooser. I'd rather make love to relieve that energy. Oh yeah, she gotta know exactly what love means, and when I show affection, she receives. I'm a guilty lover, cause yeah, I got a lot to give, but I'm too grown to play the game. I don't even entertain, but please don't get it twisted. Take it to the bone, when she move her body, it just gotta turn me on. She just like a coke bottle, like an hourglass, thicker than a snicker. Gotta watch her when she has. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. She gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life, but when I choose her, I'm a spoiler for life. Said it's not easy choosing love. Are you the one that I've been searching for? The type of girl I visioned in my dreams, babe. Are you the one that makes me happy, so happy? Yeah. The one that makes my life feel so complete. Can you satisfy my sexual desires, baby? Baby, can you? And can you be the one that's always in my fantasy? Baby, can you? Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, now that's my type for sure. She's saucy in bikinis, plus she bad and bougie. Gotta compliment my style, that's how I do it. I'm a true lover. It's gotta be something about her that I like. I'm a true lover. I need to feel something special when I stare in her eyes. I'm a true lover. I'm very picky when it comes to my life.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply
lacking sex lacking sex E. You're right.
Hey E, how you doing?
Lacking sex.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You know, listen, you cannot think about what you've given up. You have to think about all of the things that you've gained.
No, I haven't gained nothing. I haven't gained nothing. I gained some more grades. That's what I gained.
Surely you've gained sense of peace and just oneness and nam yodo reiki togetherness.
I go get a V-steam just so I can feel the steam against my cuticle. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's already closed. It ain't even. I need.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a celibate, a nice celibate journey. There's nothing wrong.
I did the journey. I'm over it. Eventually, the journey comes to an end. You don't journey all your life. You journeying all your life. Something is wrong. So guess what? I get off of this trip. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Listen, you have not.
You see how wide this coffee cup is? What? I need me a foot long, about this wide. I don't know where it's gonna go to, but I'm gonna figure it out. If I can just look at it and just be like, dang, that's beautiful. How'd you get that? How long you had that for? All your life, huh? Can I just look at it? Can I touch it? I can.
Wow, I cannot.
Can I?
Well,
can I sit on it? I want to.
Okay. So, guys, listen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page, like our page at the J Spot. Also, follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye. For all three. Guys, tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC.
Yes.
They are our sponsor. Beautiful, luxurious 2-bedroom condo ranch next door to the United Center. Beautiful fireplace, nice jacuzzi. Definitely check them out. We have the link in the comments. Also, we're being brought to you by Delaware Inc. Guys, he has the long sleeve shirts, different colors, a nice variety of colors, as well as the hoodies. Place your order today. Delaware Inc. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye for both of them. So, guys, also let's send some well wishes to Delaware Inc. He graduates next Sunday. Woo-hoo! So proud of him. Keep rocking. Keep pushing forward. Now, guys, look. Okay, we've been deep the last segment, okay? But now
I'm trying to get there.
It's time to get to it. So how you doing, Amani? Hey, Sue. Hey, my sister, Leanna, because she hate when I call her. But this is her government name. Listen, mom named her that. So why you got a problem when I call you that your government name? But hey, sister, she's saying J.E. ain't feeling that BS.
I'm trying to feel something else. Something nice, long, thick, chocolate.
B.L. Max says she wilding out.
Boris, no, he know my pain. The struggle is real. I'm over it.
There's no struggle.
Listen,
there's nothing to fear but fear itself.
It's not fear. I want to see the penis and be like, oh, I think it's just too much, but I'm gonna try to take it all. Let me inch it. You know how you get on.
See, you thinking about the wrong thing. That's why
I can feel it.
You're gonna have a problem. But let's see how big of a problem this is, because here's our next hot topic. Now here's our hot topic.
Yes.
We have Tammy Roman, famous for the Housewives. What do you all think? So she is giving her younger husband, permission to go out and have a baby with someone else because she's no longer able to have kids. I don't know is it due to age, or is she just certain decisions that she made earlier on that she just did not want to have any more kids. But what do you guys think? Could you let your husband go out and have a baby with someone else? And and it's actually she's saying, allegedly that she don't mind him having sex with the woman to make this baby. How is that?
That's that. Listen, if you followed Tammy's story, like I've never been a fan of Tammy Roman. I'm sorry. Since she was on Real World, that's when she first popped to the scene in 1992 or 3 or whatever, Real World. And when she lied on David, I can't think of his name, but now he's an actor and he's a writer and everything. She lied on him and said that he tried to rape her, which he didn't. He pulled the cover off. They were playing in the house and stuff, and they was playing some game or whatever, and he snatched her cover. And she was laughing. And then, but he had let go and stuff. And the next episode, David got kicked off the show. And she was like, that was not funny. I wasn't laughing. But when you roll it back, you was giggling all over the stuff. You was playing with the man too. So after that, I've never had any respect for her. So when she appeared on Housewives, Basketball Wives, whatever, I'm like, you finally done slept your way to the top finally. And then that dude that she had married then or popped the babies out for, he didn't want her either. He left her alone, popped her pregnant, didn't even pay child support. She had to get on food stamps and everything. He was an NBA player. So I have no respect for Tammy Roman. Now you got this little young man and you done finally found somebody to deal with you. And she's doing it so she can probably keep his behind because nobody wants to be bothered with her. She is so fake. She is fake.
See, you know what? The whole thing is with that thing. Yeah, no, I'm not for it.
Barbie.
I'm not for it. What is
Barbie said that is dumb as HEL double L hockey stick, something like that. How they go?
It's like you're opening up. First of all, this is a conversation that should have been had before getting married. See, this is, and so.
But she couldn't have did that. If she would have said that beforehand, he would have never. She suckered. She probably did the routine of, I think I'm pregnant routine. And then he probably fell for the okie doke and married her. And then she came out with the truth of, I can't get pregnant. Because she probably got a tube side. Because after the second one, the first one was like, I ain't, paying for you for crap. She'd learned her lesson from that way. So now she figured, well, if I want to keep my husband, not look like a fool out there.
It's like, it's so crazy because it's so many other options opposed to, giving your husband a pass to go and have a baby with something like that's just you just about to open up a whole different dumb Pandora's box. It's like, to me, and it's kind of selfish because if you have kids and you know that you can't have kids or you don't want any more kids and the person that you're with, they want kids or they don't, especially if they don't have any kids. I don't know if I could proceed forward with a man that did not have kids and that want kids. I know I'm not. I'm not because that's selfish of me because how can you cut off somebody's bloodline? You're cutting off their lineage if they don't have kids and they're saying they want to be with you. The only way I can see that working is if that man wholeheartedly knows he don't want no kids. He's so secure and sure that he don't want no kids. He done had his soldiers tied off. And so that's the man that okay, dog, fam don't want no kids. Like fam for real don't want no kids. Okay, that's a situation where you can go for. But for the dude that don't have no kids and that he's still able to have kids, that's definitely a problem. You're gonna have some problems because that is just natural for people to want to procreate with each other. And it's just like to send him out there. You're sending him out there to the wolves. I mean, like, God dog it, like I don't see how that's going. I don't see how that's going to work.
Like I'm not about to let you go ahead and say, yeah, you can go ahead and knock someone else up, whatever, and then you hit it raw. And I don't trust people. I don't know what she may have. She can tell you she didn't got everything checked out or whatever.
Right. And then it's like you okay with your husband actually going to, like, why did you suggest surrogacy? I mean, if you're gonna why do you have to send him out there to go do it? Like, why don't you do a surrogacy? You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different.
Maybe she's been watching the episodes of The Handmaid's Tale. And so she figures she can just sit there while they find him a little handmaid and her husband just hits it until he, ejaculates, and then they're over with.
First of all, this woman that he finna go get pregnant
for the strip club,
right? And he finna leave you because you didn't have him sign no prenup, so he finna leave you, and then he finna go take care of his wife because he gonna leave you for the baby mama, and now they finna be a whole big happy family because you let him go out that way. He can't do it. Oh, okay. Well, then why you marry him if you think he gonna do it anyway? Why marry him? Like
because she can't get a man to honestly love her for her because she don't love herself.
And that's a very hard situation to be in because again, when you love somebody, sometimes you got to love them enough to let them go. Like, clearly this was not an issue that just came up overnight. Clearly this is an issue because I remember them having a conversation about this some years ago, I believe, before they even got married. Like, he clearly wanted kids. He expressed that. If I know I'm not having kids, I'm done with it. Like, listen, I done got rid of all. Listen, I lost my last egg. I'm good to go.
They could have did a surrogate. They could have she could have donated her egg. They could have got his sperm, mixed it on up. Voila. Now y'all have a baby together. This y'all's. Voila. Keep it moving.
But to let him go out there to just push him. Listen, you already know these people ain't much anyway. So now you're going to open the door for him to be out there in the streets. You just going to give him permission to go out there in the streets. I guess you're going to beat the lady up, beat whoever the baby mama up is. She going to be fighting and jumping over tables with the baby mama. I don't know, but I just don't think that that's a good idea. It's a no for me. Even on a personal, normal, non-reality show type of instance, when you have people have this conversation up front, like, and don't be deceiving these people. Like, ladies, if you want a baby or you want some more kids, God dog it, I want some more kids. If he don't want any more kids, listen, it's a no-go. Do not pass go unless you can give up not having any more kids. Because if this man is clearly telling you he does not want any more kids, he doesn't want any more kids. Trust me, a oops baby is not, listen, well, we married and I'm his wife and it don't matter. He already done told you he don't want no more kids. So you got to respect that. And you know in your heart of hearts that you still want kids. I don't want them. You know, that's probably not a situation to go into because it's not fair. It's not fair for you to deprive yourself on what it is that you really want. And it's not fair to toy around with him because he thinking that he got somebody solid, like y'all on the same page. And meanwhile, you trying to get knocked up because you thinking that once he finds out that you pregnant, it's going to change his mind. It's going to do the opposite. It's going to make you hate him, especially if he's a man that's, listen, hateful about kids or just adamant.
If he already showing you that he's a straight ass. He's showing
if he's adamant about not wanting kids, don't do it to yourself. Pretty Barbie, she's saying, if I'm in a serious relationship with a man, then I'm not gonna be okay with my man getting another woman pregnant. If it's that darn, if that's the case, then why won't she pay a woman to carry a baby for her if she want a baby that bad? He want the baby, she don't. Like, so that's the thing with that. I think he wants the baby, she doesn't.
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
She said, whatever you call that, it costs a lot of money, but I'm quite sure she can save up money for it to be done. She even already got kids anyway, and that's 2 grown daughters. Yeah, I don't think she doesn't want any more kids.
She don't want any, and that's why I think that she doesn't want to do the surrogate. She doesn't want her part, nothing to have any attachments to her, so that way when that marriage is over with, she can walk away from it with no problem because she's not technically blood related to this child.
Ooh, Lord. I mean,
that's why I just don't like, I do not like that. I've never, once she did that stunt, I knew she was just an evil heifer ever since.
It's like, it's so much craziness and just so much trickery going on.
She has not changed.
But it's definitely unfair to do that to someone. So if you know that you, like I say, ladies, I mean, our time clock, sometimes them things can just tick, so tick, 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 tick. And then, you just get some women go through the baby fever and just all of this. Listen, it's natural. And listen, my thing is this. Don't try to fight it. Don't sit up here and lie and act like, oh, I don't want any more kids or I don't want kids when you really do. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want any more kids, then stand on it. But if you know that you want kids or you want more kids, I definitely suggest don't get with someone that does not want kids. That's a recipe for disaster. Like, listen, you're not going to do anything but set yourself up for heartache and pain. And then that baby. What about the baby? Now you've brought this baby into the world to be neglected by the father because he didn't want it. So now, even though he may be a stand-up guy, I'm like, okay, well, this is my kid and I'm going to take care of it. But do you want him resented? I mean, like, that's a big deal. Like, people resent kids. Now you brought this kid up in a home that is not going to be full of love. So now you got to overcompensate. The father is there, but he's not really there. Have you ever tried to, or have you ever seen a kid try to hug someone and they hug them, but there's no energy. There's no love. There's nothing there. He's there. He takes care of the baby. Listen, take all them eyelashes off and look at the picture for what it really is. He will never love that child just because he takes care of it. He won't love it.
Be thankful he trying to take care of it, but he ain't trying.
Because some of them won't even take care of it. So it's just like, you gotta be fair, you gotta be mindful, and let the men have a say so in it as well. Like, oh well, he was doing what it take to get. Listen, okay, so we gotta be past that point. Y'all doing everything, but yes. At the end of the day, the baby is gonna be with us. So now you finna be sitting up here looking crazy because he got other kids and you see that he loved those kids, but those are the kids he wanted. He didn't want your baby. He told you he didn't want no kids. So now here you are. So now you looking crazy. Oh, I'm his wife and how can he treat our kids? Because he told you he didn't want it. He did not want it. So let's stop for it. And then, oh man, the flip to that. Listen, dudes, when she say she don't want no kids, she mean it.
Oh, no.
Because that's the worst thing to see is a mother that have a kid and they don't, woo, Lord, you talking about the gates of, woo.
Gates of hell
has opened up. When you can see a woman carry a baby for 9 months and as soon as that baby is born,
they don't have
no relationship with them whatsoever. Drop them off to you. That's your baby. I told you I didn't want no kids. Honey, they out there, okay? Listen, both type of people, men and women, they both out there. So if they're saying they don't want it, they don't want it. And don't put yourself in position to take it upon yourself to see if you could change. Ooh, well, we got a little bit too carried away on New Year's. Now we got a New Year's baby.
I can't have any New Year's baby, so I don't mind getting carried away on New Year's because I'm fixed. Tubes are tied. So it can be.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. So giving my husband a pass to go and have a baby with somebody else, not gonna happen. But again, definitely have these conversations. This is what being grown and sexy is about. It's about having those difficult conversations that people don't want to have because you don't want to have to make a hard decision. See, we don't have these conversations because we don't want to hear the other person's truth. We don't want to face the reality that, you know what? We might actually break up. Like, we might not actually be together if we have this conversation.
That's what they're afraid of.
Yes.
They're afraid of he might dump me or she might. Have the conversation. At least you got it open. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Rip it off and just let that wound get some air. Because if it's going to end, it's going to end regardless. Exactly. Why prolong the stuff? Just come on.
So, and be upfront about it. It's like if you know that there's a situation that you need to discuss with your mate, Talk about it. Because here's the thing, you're not really, if you're keeping these type of conversations to yourself, you're not even in a relationship. You're living a lie because you have things that you want to discuss. You have issues that you want to address, and you're afraid to address them because you know that it could be the end of the relationship. Here's the deal. Your relationship ain't real in the first place. If you can't talk to the person that you're giving yourself up to, then what are you going to do? Like, you can't. What are you going to do? You can't. Like, you cannot be in a serious relationship and can't express the things that you need to take care of because you think that it's going to end. If it was going to end, then it's going to end. Yep. It wasn't meant to be. Stop holding on to people that may not be for you, because it's like, the thing is, you let that person go. You don't know who's out there. You're going to meet the man that want to have a family with you, that wants to be your wife, and if you wants you to be his wife, and if you have other kids, he would love to take care of those kids as his own. Or he may not want any biological kids, but he may want to take and love your kids. So it don't matter. Like, stop trying to hold on to people that are not trying to hold on to you. Stop trying to hold on to people that don't have the same life goals that you have. It's okay to start over. Is it scary? Absolutely. But you got to let people go. You got to let people find their own happy place. You got to let them find their way. Stop trying to force things. Well, I know if I say this, then she gonna leave. Or if I say this, he gonna leave. Say it. Say it. Because you ain't even happy. No. Like, you're not even in a real relationship. You phony kicking it because you know that you sitting up in here and you just looking like, man.
They're just happy to say that I have someone.
Right. But you're not complete, because you know that you want some kids. So you'll have the conversation with him every now and then. So, babe, or the little subliminals. Oh, babe, look at that baby. Oh, that baby is so cute. Listen, he ain't finna budge. Guess what? Because he's the shepherd for the devil. Them little gushy little moments doesn't bother Satan at all. Satan don't care about how cute the little kid is. He'll still snatch his neck off. So, these dudes.
I love demon.
So these dudes that don't want kids, listen, leave them alone. Leave him alone. Now, Pretty Barbie, she's saying, okay, if he is the one that want a baby, then he needs to just find someone else that wants kids. But he already married, Pretty Barbie. Marsha, she's saying, if a husband don't want to get his wife pregnant, that's on him to be even more careful with that. I think it's on even more for both of them. My thing is, because I have to be responsible for myself. He has to be responsible, especially when it's already been put out there that we don't want no kids. Well, it should be at this point, we don't want no kids, because I can't be in a relationship. Who? I got a baby.
He grown. You want another?
I got a baby. I have a baby, a 7-year-old by somebody else. There's always somebody in my family popping out babies. So I'm not deprived of the. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. You know what? And here's the thing. I listen, a long way back yonder ago, before I was about to have a college graduate, yes, I wanted another kid, but that didn't happen. I said I wasn't having no more kids out of wedlock. So guess what? That time ticked, and then I'm like, dang, this brother is in high school. Then I fell out when he graduated from high school and went away to college. Fell out for a couple of months. But then I said, wait a minute. I can go.
Be free.
And I can. I said, wait. You mean to tell me this the bull junk I've been missing out on all these years? Yes. Hey, you can't pay me. Listen, if I decide to say, I'm just gonna go and stay at a hotel over here. I ain't got. Guess what? I can go. I can leave here from the studio today and say I don't want to go home. I ain't got to go home. I don't need a babysitter. Nope. I don't. So, and don't get me wrong. I love kids. I love them to pieces. Listen. Everybody know I'm the one that's gonna spoil them, and I'm gonna send them back. So I may have my little 7-year-old baby. She may be watching. That's she know we right here. But as far as me having more kids, personally,
watch, you're gonna get pregnant.
The devil is a liar. I'm gonna purposely go all the way up to the top of the stairs, and you see me walking in here with a sling on my arm. Just know I done gave myself a procedure, but I ain't worried about all that. I ain't worried about all that. But no, I don't want any more kids.
I predict
the lies that she's telling.
The man of your dreams.
I receive that.
Y'all get married.
I receive that.
And then you say, you won't believe this.
I don't receive that. I don't receive that. No, I don't want no old baby.
Yes.
No, God knows I don't want an old baby. My friend and I, we were just cracking up today about the old babies. We on the phone dying laughing because I'm just like, we know the mutual people and we're like, Dad, can you believe they don't went over here? More, I'm like, empowered to them, but I just can't. These little people, the little people today, they're different though. Like they're extra people. So I don't really, no, I'm not for. But again, I love little kids. Now that baby stage. Now, I do have some requirements before keeping the kids. Now, they got to be at least, over 1. And they got to sleep through the night because because now I done got set in my ways. Like, I like my sleep. And that's the good thing about it. Like, I can be selfish and say that. Like, I can be selfish and just do what it is that I want to do. And I like that. So, plus, I'm not gonna, my body has been through enough, so I'm just thankful to be
done to your body.
I'm thankful to still have the level of dopeness that I do have left. But it ain't like it used to be when I was on the west side dipping around in the TT bushes and looking in all that. No. All I want to do is sit back and drink coffee and having a baby that's sitting there whining and I'm like, what, you want some of this? So what's wrong? Who you want? What you want to talk about? See, that's what I'll be like. You know what? I'll be sitting up there looking like, let me Google and see why this baby's sitting up here crying. Now you sitting up there doing the Googling opposed to picking the baby up and burping him, or maybe you need to feed him. Slap a titty in his mouth.
That's what you got to do nowadays. I'm trying to slap.
I ain't for it, but you know what? I'm looking forward to
slap one in.
Who?
A grown baby.
No, I ain't doing it. So as for me, my childbearing days, my childbearing hips are done. My hips have bared the child. All the children that it's gonna bear, these hips have bared all those children, and I'm grateful for the children that these hips have bared. But that's it. So I could be a good candidate for a dude that say, I don't want no more kids. Good. I don't want none either. So, that's definitely. And so some guys, they think and they find it hard to believe that women don't really want kids. Like I say, I love them. I love them to pieces, but I'm done with that phase. You have to go back and then wait a minute to add this math. Honey, this homework that they sending home with these kids, if I had a kid, I swear for Lord, I know I'd be in jail. I know I will. All on the strength of helping with homework. The way they doing this math, my 7-year-old baby, she doing math. I said, wait a minute, wait. I thought she was in first grade. What the heck you got to teach? So they not drawing circles and stick figures and all. They ain't doing. No. I will be straight in jail, child abuse, because the baby gonna go to school the next day, gonna tell her my mama smacked me upside the head because I didn't know the place value of the 10. And I said I wasn't expecting that in first grade. I was expecting that kind of math in third or fourth grade. Y'all brought it on too soon. Now I'm sitting up there. Now I got the Sam. Now I got to hold the number up on my chest. J Vance 21352. Turn around to your side. We got you. Now I got the handprints up in there. Now I can't be a foster parent no more because now I got the child abuse people on me. Now I can't live in a school district because they like she smack kids and I'm not gonna do it.
Because you smack kids. That's what you do.
Not gonna do it. So therefore it's a no for me. But like I said, there's so many people that are having these beautiful babies that I just love and just hold them and then give them back. I buy them all kinds of crap that the parents don't want to buy them and give them back. I keep them for a couple of hours and give them back. Don't be one of those parents that if I call you and say it's time for you come get your baby and you don't come get your baby, I'm going to send you a text message to your phone and I'm sending your baby in an Uber to wherever you said you was going to be. That ding is going to come to your phone and say, you have an Uber drop off, you have an Uber food delivery, whatever it is. But when I say it's time to be back to get your baby, you better be back to get your baby or your little baby with the little Huggies book bag and all this other stuff, the Dora the Explorer bag. They will be on their way to you. Please let me know. Confirm receipt of your package. That's what I'm going to text the parent. Confirm receipt of your package. What package? Oh, now you want to answer the phone. Your baby outside. Look out the window. Your baby outside of the Red Bar Roof 23. You supposed to been here at 12 o'clock. It's 12:07. Your baby outside waiting for you. Listen, I got stuck in. Don't worry about it. Your baby outside. Come and get him. I didn't know you was going to come and get him. So when I say 12, listen, be there at 11:50. You assure you that you get another babysitter. But if you come anything after that, then, we ain't going, except for my baby. Now, my 7-year-old, that grown woman, it's just a whole different ball game. So if you know that you don't want no more kids, don't get with these people that want more kids or want kids, period, because it's just flat out selfish to do those type of things. But definitely be mindful of that. Now, guys, listen, here's our next. This is just a mess. Like, these people have just been posting craziness, but this is a legit question. Would you give your daughter money to pay for a date to take her guy out on a date? You have a teenage daughter. Would you give her some money to take a guy out on the date? What do you think about that? Would you give her money to take a guy out on a date? Mama, I like little Jimmy. I want to take him out. Can you give me some money? What would you do? Would you give your daughter money to take a guy out on a date? I don't know which I give y'all daughters.
I wish the hell I would. No, I would give her some money to make sure she get her dumb back home. But no,
Why not?
no. We're not even about to start that. And then you got these girls starting that stuff, and they teenagers and stuff, and then they look goofy behind one. I don't know why he just keep on using me when you get older and stuff. Because you didn't set her behind up at an early age. No. Give her money to make sure she's okay, but you don't give her money to take him out no dang day. Well, I just want to treat him. Draw him a card.
Do you like
it? Was good enough for me. No? You drew me a Mother's Day card. It was good enough for me. It's good enough for him. Shoot.
So what do you guys think? Would you give your teenage daughter, money to take a young man out on a date? Would you
Barbie said, hell no. To the no. That's a dumb shaking my head. That's already the wrong way to start off. Exactly. That is the complete wrong way to start off. Those who do that, then you must be just a desperate woman that, you just want someone to love you because you just didn't have nobody there. So you figure you don't want your daughter to go through the same thing that you went through. So baby, go ahead and buy him, and maybe he'll love you too, because no one loved me. That's what
and
that
see,
is.
And you know what? That is a very, very, very powerful statement, E. And that's so real, though. So many women are out here that operate and live like that because, let's be honest. Okay, let's just talk about what nobody is wanting to talk about. The thing is, all these women that have grown up without their fathers or grown up without a male figure in their life to teach them what love is, let's be honest, a lot of that, you miss out on a lot of that. And here's the thing. So I had my father for a certain period of my early childhood, and then we didn't. And so years later, we had a stepfather step in. So I know what it means to have the guidance of a father figure, even though he was crazy, God rest his soul, Lord, but he taught us. Now looking back, all of the things so much he taught us and instilled in us, but not having that from your biological father, you're missing a lot. Like, you're missing that connection. So I had it to a certain point and then it was cut off. So it's a lot that we miss out on. So I can only imagine how women that have never had a man, their father, in their life. Listen, there's a disconnect. And we are not honestly addressing that type of situation. We want to blame the whole, oh, she just having all these kids, she just this and that. Listen, there's a reason. We may not want to accept it as a reason or a legitimate reason. It's an excuse, but really it's not. Let's just go back and trace the history of this woman. Does it make it right? No. But it's certain things that are set up that catapults some people into making certain decisions. So we got to be mindful about that, because it's like we're living in a day and time where we're shooting down single mothers. Oh, she got all these kids, and this and that. Yeah, why does she have all these kids? Like, why is she going through all of this? We're not asking that question. We're not looking at it from that standpoint. We're just bashing the woman for having all these kids. But some women actually think that this is the way to get a man to love them, because they were never taught that.
Or they want somebody to love them. So they have the babies.
They have these kids because they were never shown love as a kid. So they're like, okay, listen, I'm going to give the love to this kid that I did not get. Mm-hmm. I'm going to love these kids. I'm going to take care. I got somebody of my own. So while you as a man may be looking at that as an excuse or it's not appealing, it's her truth. And why does she feel like that? So because she wasn't shown that. She wasn't taught that. So in return, guess what? A lot of women are not going to know how to love you because she was not taught how to love a man. Most Black women, we're not taught that. We're being taught how to be independent. So as you get older, it's not about learning and knowing right from wrong, because you know right from wrong, but it's certain things that psychologically you've already been conditioned to. And if you're not aware of it, then it's going to be hard to break that cycle. So try to be more understanding. We got to be more understanding with each other, because just as for men, if his mother walked out on him, he's going to hate women.
Yes.
He's not going to know how to love you because his mama wasn't there to love him.
Yeah.
So it's vice versa. So it's like if you're dealing with, and that causes a hurt that people are not willing to accept. Like, nobody wants to sit down and say, you know what? My dad didn't love me, or my mother didn't love me, so that's why I am the way I am towards women, or that's the way I am. That's the reason why I am towards men, because I don't know how to love. It's okay to say I don't know how to love, because it's real. We've been through so much in our communities. We go through so much, but instead of acknowledging those issues, we like to beat up on each other. We beat up on each other. Oh, she got all these kids. She out here stripping in a strip club, and she out here doing all this and doing all that. But have you asked her why? So have you went back and looked at when she was 4, her uncle molested her? See, we ain't talking about that bullish. We talking about the outcome that she got all these kids. Oh, she just sleeping around with all these men. Could it be she's sleeping around with them to get the thought of her uncle or her brother or somebody touching her in a way that they should not have done? Are we looking at it from that stand? No, we're not. Nope. Nope, we not. We just looking at the fact, she out there, she doing this, she doing that. Why? That be my whole question. Like, I just like to analyze why are people doing, not saying everybody that's stripping is doing that, not saying that. But most of them, most situations, if you go back, there's some childhood trauma that has not been addressed, and now you see the outcome. There's some, and that's just gonna be real. We're not talking about that. We talking about we talk all the way around it. Yeah, this and that. You ain't talking about that. And then he's still free. So now she done had to sit up and grow up all these years, and this bastard's still free. He may be old now. I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody poisoned him. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Like, why is he still, that's just me. But it's so many different things. So we got to get better at coming together and talking about these things and stop beating up on each other, because now you got little girls that grow up. Ma, can I get $5? Can I get $7? I want to buy Jimmy lunch. Wait, what? No, that's not what we do. Y'all want equal rights. Yes, we do want equal rights. How much we get paid for doing the same job that you do ain't got nothing to do with you courting me and treating me like a woman. Absolutely nothing to do at all. Two separate issues. You court me, but you can't court me because I make more money than you. So that means I'm not supposed to get courted because I went to school, I put the work in. So now I got to get paid less than you so I can get courted. Yeah. Don't make sense.
Something a little strange for some change.
Right. Don't make sense to me at all. So those have two separate issues. And you see a lot of men saying that, well, y'all want equal rights. Y'all want equal. Got doggone it. Yes, we do. And we're going to get it too. Got nothing to do with being treated like a woman. So it's so many different issues. And in the new year, we're definitely going to tackle a lot of these issues that nobody is talking about. We're going to talk about incest. We're going to talk about molestation. We're going to talk about more about child abuse. We're going to talk about these things because guess what? Somebody under the sound of my voice is going through this. Somebody's kid has gone through this. Somebody, this is good and it's running rampant in our families, and people just turn the deaf ear, the blind eye to it. Well, that was just your uncle. That was just your Uncle Louis. He don't know no better. They say he a little off. Okay. Well, guess what? I got a lead bullet to help get him right. Wherever he wrong and he misdirected, listen, I got something for him. But see, we not having that conversation. We just gonna go on. Yeah. I know one right today. I'm just like, listen, talk to your family members. So I'm not that person. Don't come. Hey, couldn't. Let me go see, because you better tell you. Listen. I'm real sharp with it. Okay, so tell your people I'm real sharp with it. So listen, tell you. Well, he can't walk that fast. That's it even better. Make it even better. The bullet ain't got far to travel. Right there in that end. I'm like, I want to shoot you for something you did 20 years ago. I want to shoot you
in the one that stinks, not the one that winks. Right?
That's what I'm saying. I won't shoot them in both of them. But these are the conversations that we are definitely looking forward to tackling some of those issues in the new year, because we got to get to it, because we got to help truly rebuild the Black families, because it's too much tearing each other down. It's too much bickering and this and that. Oh, the high value man, the high value. What the? I'm gonna start. Y'all know I may start cussing in the new year too. I might just start cussing.
I'm gonna get me some penis. This is gonna be a great new year. I can't wait.
Oh my goodness! But no,
I can feel it.
But we definitely have a lot of things. No, I don't. But I may have to, use, what I'm my hey, I got a strong chance I have to do that. But we definitely have a lot of things, a lot of issues that we as family, Black people, we're going to get this. We're going to get our ish together. Because guess what? As I said earlier in the show, there's a storm coming. And if we as Black people don't get it together, we're going to be extinct like the bald eagle. Okay. They're going to be looking around. They're going to be like, what is that? Is that a black? Is that a Negro? Is that a Negro? What they used to be, they killed off each other and no. So we're gonna get it together before we become extinct. Okay, we're gonna get this together, family, because we are family and we gotta start looking at each other as though we're family, opposed to snobbing each other and looking down on each other and judging each other and thinking that we can survive without our brothers, because at the end of the day, we are our brothers' keepers and we got to start acting more like that today, now, more than ever. So, guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we're getting into our topic for tonight: identifying sexual harassment. Now, this is some deep ish, so get your mind right, get your tissues right. Listen, you know what? And we're going to take action tonight because we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time. So, guys, stay tuned.
I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. No. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done. When you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Yeah. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. No. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Put your hair done, nails done. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? It's something about you. When you put your clothes on, why you gotta look so good? When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job, just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club, turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting them wrong, wanna know why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, your nails done. When you put the clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E. Author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey, E, how are you?
See, that's, you know why you acting like that? Lack of penis.
No. Yeah. Listen, this is all
You could be sucking
This
on
is
something
all
else.
No, baby. Let me tell you, there's no place like. But the substance that comes along with this cup does me just fine. You know, I almost had a problem getting it today. You know, so
you could be getting it.
Listen, I could have I could have came in here acting a different way. Had them, you know, they gonna quit playing on me over there. You know, so I will be in a somber mood probably from here on out because my guy that does work at my place, he done switched days on me, so I'm gonna have to talk to him on Monday. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna need you back on them Thursdays because them little Dumb and Dumber, them little cluck, 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 cluck 1 and cluck, cluck 2 that was up in there. Woo, Lord. I cannot even allow myself to go there. They say, know what your triggers are. Them 2 little girls up in there, they was my triggers. I said, ooh, you see, therapy is good for you all. Know your craziness. Know ye thine what taketh you there. And them cluck, clucks up in there, they was about to take me up in there. But you know what? I said, huh?
You just said a cluck cluck.
Yeah, the 2 cluck clucks. They was just like 2 little ducks up in there, just wandering around, just didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh Lord have mercy. Let me go back in and fix my own stuff. I end up, you know, but that's just me. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, no, this is all that I need because you know what? The coffee is stable. The coffee, it don't lie to you. It don't play no games with you. You see, it's faithful. It's consistent.
Penis can be faithful.
Well, it can. You just got to find the right one. At the right, you know,
just
I guess at the right.
You have a nice chocolate one.
Man, well, you know, I like. Yeah.
It could be a light. Yeah, you do like a light. You like a lot. You like the cream.
It just has
you
to
like
be
your man like you like your coffee light.
No, okay, like I like light coffee, but I don't have a. I don't have a skin preference. I really don't have
I ain't seen you date a chocolate. Have you dated a blackest hard chocolate like?
I have.
Where?
Well, not, but he was darker. I mean, I don't want to say who it was because, huh?
Your baby daddy?
No, but no, because I didn't, you know, then I don't want to stir up all. You know, because we're like, you know, I hate I don't want to keep rubbing the salt in because you know he might be watching, so I'm like, I'm not, you know, it's almost the new year.
I know a little bit. I know
I'll tell you off the air, but no, so I don't have a skin preference, a skin tone preference. I just have you just be good to me preference. You know, just be a
good to me.
I don't care what you do to them. Just be good to mine. Just be good to mine. That's how I am. Be good to mine. I don't care what you do, but you know what? When we together, it better not be anybody else. So it's just me. Whatever you did beforehand, listen, how that clean your backyard up, sweep around your own back door and all that other stuff. Yeah, why do people get in relationships before? Like, okay, so when you know that you're serious about somebody. At what point, and then we're going to get into the topic tonight. I just thought about this. At what point do you start cleaning up your backyard?
That's okay.
At what point do you start you meet somebody and
I needed to start deleting and letting people know like
cleaning all bullish and be like, you know what? All right, this the one I'm going to go ahead on. Right. When do you do that?
When we're probably about, because now when we start talking or whatever, I'm already start to fade away from whoever's trying to holler me because I'm focusing on this person. And when I feel like, okay, it may be like a month or 2 in, and I'm like, and I've been consistently with this person, we've gone out or whatever, then I start, anybody else says, I'm already ignoring text messages, and now I'm about to really hit you with I'm in a relationship. I'm first going to say, what are we doing? Then if we're together.
And what if they say that they want to be with you? So what?
So we're in a relationship. I'd be like, we're clear on this because you have to now communicate because you go off and thinking you in a whole relationship and you in a relationship with your mind because this person
they done went off, done left you. They out here,
yeah, they like we were just friends,
living a life with somebody else, and you like, well, God, dog, I thought we was in a relationship. I thought we were together, and they up, you know. Kicking it with somebody. Exactly. Listen, they doggone it turtle diving with somebody else. You're like, wait a minute.
Once I establish that this is what it is, you with my baby and I'm your baby and we're in a relationship, then I go to my little messages. And once I get the message saying, man, I miss you, guess what? I'm in a whole relationship. You can stop texting me. They be mad. All right, I can figure that out. The insurance piece.
And see, that's why I don't like dating and talking to multiple people at one time, because I don't want to like be the bearer of bad news. So I
have to be, but then they be mad.
Deal with one person at a time, and it's like, okay, but I like to go through the sorting process kind of fast because I don't want to be wasting my time. I don't want you to be wasting your time. So if you feel like I'm not the one for you, okay, cool. Yeah, set me free, and then, listen, we can all spread our wings, but don't have a person holding on and you still over here. At first you was cool. Now you still entertaining people 5-6 years. First of all, I'm not going to be with nobody 5-6 years. And I'm not about to do it. I'm not set up for that, because at that point, clearly I'm not the one. You don't have to tell me verbally, but your actions have told me clearly I'm not the one that you're searching for. Yes, it's hurtful. And I'm like, Dad, how did I get myself caught up in this for so long when clearly he's showing that you're not the one, or she's showing that you're not the one. But at what point? I would say after three months tops, like if we decide, like, and the thing is, for me, I like to know. Like I say, I like to know sooner rather than later, because I don't like wasting time and I don't like playing mind games. Like, I'm not a cheater. I don't have to cheat. I'm going to leave. Like I'm not about to waste all of my energy trying to play games with people. I'm just not like that. You don't want to be here? That's fine.
I only cheat when I know you trying to run this game, and I'm like, please be honest with me. No, okay. And then my gut is like, girl, dude is doing something, girl. I'm like, and I'm gonna listen to her.
I just told somebody that this earlier. I said, if a woman is feeling you, she knows when she knows when some bull. She knows it. You can have your head so far up in the clouds and you not paying attention about nothing. But if she done zeroed in on you and you're her person and she feeling you, listen, that ish will wake her up out of her sleep, and you trying to figure out why she acting crazy, because she done tapped into you, the vibe. Because, dude, if y'all don't know, it's real. Your vibe changes. The energy changes. We know when you've been out with somebody else.
We Santa Claus, okay? We know when you've been naughty. We know when you've been nice.
Because you can never be, y'all are almost never consistent. You always switch it up. And it's like, okay, wait a minute, flag on the play. What just happened?
And then if you can't figure out when they switch ups, your body tells you.
Be like, you know what? Like, this ain't right. So when the response is different, just know, like, she knows, like she just knows. So we're gonna talk about more of that at a later show. But tonight, guys, we're talking about identifying sexual harassment.
I gotta have this talk with somebody.
If you want to call in and talk or share your story or share some tips or some situations that you have been in, or how to identify something that maybe we've missed, please feel free to call in. Share your brief comment at 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. According to an online source, sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, or other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature, which constitutes sexual harassment when submission to or rejection of this conduct explicitly or implicitly affects an individual's employment, unreasonably interferes with an individual's work performance, or creates an intimidating, hostile, or offensive work environment. In order for the harassment to be considered unlawful, it has to be so frequent or severe that it creates a hostile or offensive work environment or results in an adverse employment decision, like the victim being fired or demoted. So that's a lot. That's saying a lot. So I want to kind of narrow it down so that we can actually know in day-to-day life, what does sexual harassment look like in our everyday workplaces, in our everyday going to the gym, in our everyday maybe going to the store or going somewhere, because it's not only in the workplace. But listen, I've seen people in these corner stores in the urban areas. Listen, y'all better start reporting them. Habib and them, y'all better start telling on them, because you see them up in there, they just say any old type of thing. I'm like, listen here, cuss word. I'm not your mama, okay? So, nah, but that's what I'm not your mama. I'm not her, okay? So if you're gonna address me, Jay or Miss Vance will do just fine, okay? Not all that other stuff, because I'm not the one. Listen, look, my pen game, my typing game, my call game is strong. So I'm not her. So, and you can't be afraid to set these people straight, and you gotta let them know. But sometimes it's not that easy. When you at work, manager say something to you. Man, I love the way that shirt sure looks nice. I love the way it complements your chest. If you feel uncomfortable about that, it's not always easy to tell your boss that you feel uncomfortable, but that's a very uncomfortable situation to be in. Here's the thing. If you are a supervisor or a boss or anybody of a management or a higher position, you should not just stay away from compliments, because today, in today's society, anything can be taken out of context, or you don't know a person's past. You don't know what these people have been through, that now they're taking your comment as sexual harassment because you're making them feel uncomfortable. You don't know who you're working with.
Yeah.
You don't know who you, so complimenting and or mentioning a woman or even a man's physique, or listen, let's just refrain from that. You got to refrain from that in the workplace. Now here's the deal. That's a slippery slope, because what if dude feeling you and he's trying to talk to you? If you trying to talk and you a supervisor, that's a really fine line. Like, you have to make sure both parties are on board with that, and that the employee is not giving in to the conversations or the advances in fear of you retaliating against them for their job. So you definitely got to be mindful for that. But it's not surprising that harassment comes in many forms. Here are a few examples of sexual harassment. The first one being, a supervisor implies to an employee that the employee must sleep with them to keep their job. So you gotta do this, or you gotta do something sexually in order to keep.
This must be some Donald Trump stuff.
They out there. Or a sales clerk makes a demeaning comment about female customers to his coworkers, or they're making, again, those comments to the customers. They come in there and they frequent the restaurant or they frequent the stores, and you're always making these comments. That's sexual harassment. An office manager makes the other lawyers or the law clerks and everybody uncomfortable, and they bad for that. These big old them suits, they like to call them the suits. They come up in there, baby. They think they can say and do anything they want to do. Listen, don't come and put your hand on my shoulder. Don't come over. I'm sitting typing, doing my job. Don't put your hand on my shoulder. I see you. First of all, I smelt the garlic on your breath 12,000 feet away, the sauerkraut and all the hash beef sausages and all the stuff that listen. So I know that you're here. Trust me, you don't have to put your hand on my shoulder. Not that it's sexual harassment at that point, but don't Listen, stop invading people's private spaces because some people are funny about people touching them. I'm one of those people. Mm-hmm. Don't touch me unless I invite you into my space. Just don't. If I don't
reach out to hug you,
don't come hugging me.
Especially if we don't even have that type of, like, I'm at my job. The ones that they know that I don't like them, I walk past you like you a fly on the wall, like you a piece of paint. I don't see you, you don't see me. I don't speak. We can keep it moving. I don't really care for you. Everybody at my job that they know that I like, I speak, and I speak to a lot of people all the time, but it's only a handful of them that they know I can't stand your ass. They know it. So we're going to keep it moving. And I'm good to go. But it gets irritating too when you get the comments. Like, I know I have if you know me, you know I have a very large behind. And it's like I can't cover it. I be trying to cover that thing, and it just be like, I want to be seen. So it does get irritating every time you hear someone make mention of I'm like, I know it's there. I know, I could crack a little joke about it sometimes, like, okay, like, I don't see nothing, whatever. But it's so irritating because I'm like, I know it's there. I don't need anybody to point out. I know my behind is there. I'm glad that I don't get it too much in a sexual manner. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad about that, because then that would really tick me. The jokes are a little irritating, but the get it done in a sexual manner, because I have to have a talk with a certain person about those little sexual comments and stuff, because and I'm glad that it's not in a work environment, but it is in a professional environment. But I don't like that. That is irritating. I don't hit on you. Don't hit on me. That makes me feel very uncomfortable. And when I feel that I'm completely uncomfortable like that, I don't be around you.
Right.
I pull all the way back. I don't want no text messages. I don't want no phone conversations. I don't want anything to do with you, because I don't know what you're capable of, and I don't want to be around you, and you may put me in harm's way. And if I have to protect myself, now we got another issue. So I don't want to be bothered, period.
And it's so important, because if you are a person of power, you have any type of position, first of all, you should not be making sexual comments to anyone. If you're not in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship, but you don't know that person like that, stop making sexual comments. Like, don't comment on, don't say anything, because it's inappropriate. It is inappropriate. It's not flirting. It's not cute. It's not fun. It's not a joke. If they're not responding back to you, like, be mindful of that. Mm-hmm. It's like everything is not a joke. And it's like these sexual jokes and sexual comments, listen, they will have your behind wrapped up in litigation so fast because you keep on doing it. It's like, again, when that authority is there, and you can tell when you're making a person uncomfortable by the things that you're saying, yet you keep saying it. Mm-hmm. It's inappropriate. It's not all, and it's like, it's not always easy for an employee to tell their employer, you're making me feel uncomfortable by saying this. But you, as an employee, you got to think to yourself, I shouldn't even be saying this. Why am I even saying this in a workplace? Mm-hmm. Why am I saying, it's just certain things that should not be done and should not be talked about. And again, now I know some guys may be saying, well, man, Big J, you can't even flirt with the woman. Here's the thing. If you're flirting, and if she's not responding to it,
leave it alone.
Stop it.
Stop while you ahead.
Because it's unwanted.
And that goes both ways.
Exactly.
It goes with the guys too, with the females. If you're flirting and he's not trying to leave it, just walk away, because you don't want that to get flipped on you. Though rarely you see men put sexual harassment suits on females, but that stuff does happen or whatever. Absolutely. And that makes men feel uncomfortable too. How would you like it if every day I'm coming to you asking you, man, I wonder how it's like, or how you feel, blah, 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 I wonder, or I start hitting on you, if I'm hitting on you in front of your girl or whatever. How would you like that? Then if you wouldn't like that, leave me the hell alone.
Right. and nobody wants to hear you. I mean, like, why are you talking about sex in the workplace anyway? Like, stop talk, to coworkers or anybody even in a professional environment. You shouldn't be talking about sex. Nobody wants to have sex with you. Like, this is not the place for that. Like, there's a time and a place for everything. And your employees or your subordinates or people that you're doing business with, those are not the people to have that conversation with. Like, you should not be having those conversations. Certain conversations are inappropriate, especially when it's in a professional setting. It's in a work environment. You have something over that person. You have a position of power over another person. You should not be saying certain things. Certain things should not be said. It's just inappropriate and should not be in the workplace whatsoever. So it's like we got to be mindful of the things that we're saying and what we're doing and how we're conducting ourselves, because again, it's not always easy to say, listen here, you bastard, say something else, I'm gonna poison you. You know what? It's not always, you can't go to your boss and tell your boss that, because you need that job. So it's so many different ways that, this sexual harassment is taking place. And again, it's any unwanted comments that make a person feel uncomfortable. So again, just rule of thumb, there's certain things we should not be saying to each other. Man, you show, oh man, oh, your lips look so good in that. Listen, why are you saying that? Why, if you're gonna think that and admire that, keep it to you. Listen, keep that between you and God. Don't say it out your mouth, because it could cost you. Okay, it could definitely cost you, especially when you guys are not on that level. You don't have that relationship with that
blows
person.
Me. Like, I know I don't sit back and have sexual conversations with my coworkers and stuff. We all crack a joke and everything. Everybody cracks a joke. And I work with a lot of people. You have a joke here and there, whatever. But to be like in-depth conversation, like, I don't do that. I be like, yeah, I have it with a friend of mine. Me and my girlfriend or whatever, we may crack a joke or we may have an in-depth conversation on some crap, but to just be like out blunt with it and around so many people, and then you think that that's cool. Like, dude, no, some things you just leave at home. Like, no, you don't do that here, because even if it's not offensive to the person that you're talking to, someone else may come by and hear it and be like, seriously. And now you have inadvertently sexually harassed them and not even realize that you have. So you just don't even want to do that. Just leave some things.
Some conversations just should not be,
like, I'm good on it,
talked about in the workplace or any professional settings, because again, you never know who you're offending and who's listening, and you may inadvertently be offending somebody that, like you just said, that they were walking past and they heard your conversation. So now you've created a hostile environment for them. Here's the thing, nobody wants to hear your disgusting comments. They just don't. So y'all stay off these doggone porn sites so that you can stop being so riled up in the doggone workplace and, having you say all this inappropriate, mess that's causing people to feel uncomfortable. Again, I can't say, because I know people's jobs are on the line, but nobody should have to work under these conditions where somebody is saying something to you that they're making you feel uncomfortable. So if it's a safe way to you to find, to be able to report these people, then I definitely say do so. I wish I had a surefire way to say report them without them retaliating, against you. They should not retaliate. But let's be real, in the day and time that we living in, people use that
in a heartbeat on you
with it and try to flip it on you. Go to your social media. How am I offending her? Look how she dressed on. So, they'll slander you and make it seem like you were at. And the thing is, how I don't understand, she was asking for it, because look at the pictures that she posts on social media. Look at all of this. So we're living in that day and time. So I would be remiss to not address it from that angle. So you got to be so careful and be so mindful when dealing with these type of situations. But we gotta start just confronting this stuff. We gotta just start calling it for what it is. Listen, you old greasy, listen, you're disgusting. And now, cause you'll be wrong. They'll be like, yeah, you should come over. You should let me see what that do. Well, I wish you died tomorrow. So now, but now you wrong.
Now you wrong.
Now
you told them that.
I'm
told
wrong.
How I felt.
Right.
You told how you felt.
Right.
I told
but
how
now
I felt.
I'm wrong. I'm like, oh, so you ain't died yet? So so now when you start hitting it back with that, now
that's the problem.
Now you wrong. So
I was just joking. I
was too. I'm like, oh, your wife still with you? Oh, just different things like that. And it's like you shouldn't have to make those type of comments, but sometimes people put you in those positions. And listen, if you're saying stuff and people are responding to you like that, take that as a sign and a hint. Ooh, maybe I did make them feel uncomfortable, or maybe I did put them in a defensive mode. It wasn't my intention, but I went too far. Know when you going too far. We got to be responsible for our own actions and what we're saying and what we're doing. Because again, sometimes it's not always easy. They say, oh, well, you have to confront your harasser. Sometimes it's not always that easy.
My thing is, even after I confront you and I've let you know this is how I feel, this is what's going on, this is why, woo, you make me feel uncomfortable, when you make these comments, blah, blah, blah. And then you quiet for a moment, and we cool, you fine, you won't do that no more. Great. We start back working together, and then slowly but surely you creep on back in. Now you wonder why you don't see me. Like, you don't see me because you back on your bull. And I told you, I don't like that. And that is so nerve-wracking.
It's nerve-wracking. And it's illegal. It's illegal and it's against the law. So again, sexual harassment is taking place in the workplaces. It's taking place all over in professional settings. You can go in a meeting and they just, listen, some of you nasty son of a guns just sit there and undress folks right there with they just done flipped you 12,000 different ways. And I'm like, and I'll just be sitting up. I'm like, oh my Lord, please help me to stop wishing death on him. I'm like, I just wish that he choke on that chicken that he over there eat. Just, oh, you nasty, but nasty, it's real. Grandma. So we got to do better at, again, how we're treating each other. And again, if you are in position where you feel as though you're being sexually harassed, and if it's possible, then let that person know that the comments that they're making, like, they're making you feel uncomfortable. And if it doesn't stop, then you may have to take it to, a higher source. But at the same time, when doing that, please, I don't care what nobody say. They got, we got laws and stuff to protect you from being, listen, everything is real. These people washing each other's hands and they scratching each other's backs. So just be mindful that when you do say something, if you do say something, even though they're not supposed to, just be mindful that, listen, you telling on you reporting Rick to Benjamin, but they play golf every Saturday. So now who you think who you think they finna find a way to get rid of somebody? Who you think that all of a sudden this report with all your accounts was did wrong? Now all of a sudden we gotta terminate you because Rick and Benjamin play golf together. So all these situations are real. Should it be that way? No, but that's the reality of the situation. Or Shirley and Candace, they get their hair done together. So now Sherrod, he out of a job because he missed the spot, or he missed the delivery. He messed up a delivery, or he messed up an order. Now he out of a job. So let's just think about these things. You shouldn't have to. You should just be able to, I'm gonna freely, report this person. Should it come without consequences? That's what they say. But I'm just going to be real with you. It shouldn't come with consequences, but it does. So just, when you're thinking about going forward, you may look for having your exit plan and having a plan B lined up, because the funk is going to hit the fan. But guys, do your best to be safe, and let's just be good to each other and take care of one another. And if you are being sexually harassed, then definitely, if it's safe to do so, report that person. But more importantly, you may want to look forward to getting out of there if it does not stop occurring. Guys, listen, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much. Peace out.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.